Code Duello is a new rocket launcher added into Destiny 2 as part of Season of the Chosen. So this season we've seen a massive buff to rocket damage, plus some really cool new perks added to the loot pool to really spice things up in the power slot. Rockets, they're back big time, and Code Duello is one of the best. Today I'm going to be looking at the weapon and the stats, the roles you want for PVE and PVP, plus the all-important how to get Code Duello in Destiny 2. Well, Code Duello is a legendary power rocket launcher with a high impact frame, meaning it's slow firing and it's got high damage. The weapon is more accurate when stationary and aiming down sights. So looking at the stats, we've got 62 for stability, 72 for handling, 42 for reload speed, 48 for velocity, 95 for blast radius. It's a 15 rounds per minute rocket launcher with 1 in the magazine. So this one can roll with chain reaction, lasting impression, unrelenting, cluster bomb, frenzy and ambitious assassin in the 4th slot. And lasting impression is a really good new perk which I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in a minute. And you can never really go wrong with cluster bomb, and frenzy is also another new one too, where you get increased damage, handling and reload speed for being in combat for an extended period of time. In the 3rd slot we've got impulse amplifier, quick draw, field prep, surplus and auto loading holster. So popular roles out there in the community at the moment are impulse amplifier and cluster bomb. It's a great PvE role to look out for. Auto loading holster and chain reaction is another good PvE role. And then you've got quick draw and frenzy, that might be a good one for PvP. And finally surplus and lasting impression, well that's another good PvE role. Well, next up, let's have a look at how to get Code Duello. And to get this one, it is a random drop from the end of Battlegrounds. So load up the Hammer of Proving with Cabal Gold and smash open the loot chest at the end of a battleground for a chance at the weapon. And you can also get it in for turning in bounties and reputation at the war table. Well, next up, let's have a look at the rockets buff in update 3.1.0. So Bungie said they were going to increase rocket launcher damage by about 30% against mini-boss tier enemies and above. So exotic rocket launchers have been adjusted individually and they're affected by this change to different degrees. So the 30% increase in damage has brought rocket launchers up to a new level against bosses, and we're seeing them in all kinds of activities now. So it is worth testing out any exotic rocket launchers you may have, because these have been adjusted on their own. So as well as that buff, we've got some new rocket perks as well. The first one is called Lasting Impression. So rockets attach on impact and detonate after a delay, and that increases the blast radius and damage. So this is super fun, but do be aware and don't go near the enemy that the rocket launcher's stuck into, because it's going to likely explode near you and probably kill you or maybe one of your teammates. So be aware in Battlegrounds that sometimes Cabal rush you when they've been shot with a rocket, especially a champion with them teleporting all over the place, but otherwise Lasting Impression is a whole lot of fun. We've also got Impulse Amplifier, which massively increases projectile velocity and increases the reload speed, and this is going to work really well with something like Cluster Bomb. So getting that explosive payload to the enemies as fast as possible is going to help you clear out the enemies faster. Well, let me know down in the comments what you think of Code Duello, and let me know your favourite role that you've got so far. Well, that is it for this guide on how to get Code Duello in Destiny 2, and as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again, I'll see you in the next video.
Oh, it was nothing. I've heard a little of your exploits with this new power. Stasis. Consider this a reminder. You have friends on the shore. Don't be a stranger, Guardian.
Not to dwell on this, but my drifter impression was pretty good, huh? Listen. Hi, bring a sword. See? Watch out, drifter. There's a new drifter in town.